So guys, you are all welcome back again today. Like I always say, that anybody can vie for any position. It now depends on the masses if they are really ready for you to to be voted for. There's someone that wrote an article saying that why Tinubu's Jagaban of Lagos presidential ambition is a slap on our faces. And this article is coming from Castro Khan, saying among the Igbos, there is this saying that he who decided to be stubborn does not need to be told that war has begun. Mr. Bola Ahmed Tinubu has steered the wind, and as such, he does not need to be told that his clothes might become that of his enemies soon. Jagaban, as is popularly called in Lagos State, is one amongst many Southwest politicians who recently has made himself known to the rest of the country as an ambitious, self-opinionated politician who would stop at nothing in achieving his political ambition. Tinubu became known to the rest of the country during the Jonathan oil subsidy scandal. He made himself popular as an opposition to PDP stranglehold of the nation's economy. His style of politicking to God's own good ushered in the Buhari administration, which today has failed to live up to expectations. Tinubu, as he claimed, was the brain behind the Buhari getting elected in 2015. His re-election in 2019 can be attributed to the glory of Allah. In recent days, rumor from viable sources has claimed that Tinubu wants to contest for presidency come 2023, although the Jagaban himself has neither debunked nor accepted officially that the smearing around is either true nor false. Recently, Oshomole's position was threatened. To some APC faithfuls, Tinubu is behind the court reinstatement of Oshomole as APC chairman. This, they claim, must be connected to his 2023 presidential ambition. It is a saying that a fly which refuses to stay off a corpse about to be buried will eventually end up being buried with the corpse. Oshomole has had very bad outing as APC chairman, and as I predict, his stint as APC chairman will end in tears soon. Really? Tinubu's do or die style of policies which he has planted in Lagos State might soon be over. Lagos State, as we all know, is under the grips of Jagaban. He decides what goes in and comes out of Alausa. This style of politics has pitched Jagaban with several politicians whom he thinks stands in his way. Remember back in 2015, Bukola Saraki was reported on the dailies to have opposed a Muslim ticket. Buhari Tinubu ticket as better put. This opposition by Saraki never seemed to settle down well with Jagaban. Jagaban was ready and eventually went all out for Saraki. He looked for ways to settle scores with Saraki, which he eventually got in a platter of gold. As far as Tinubu was concerned, Saraki was an enemy staring in his face without flinching, so he needed to be crushed. We all know how Saraki's story ended. No one dare stand in the way of Jagaban. His personal ambition will always supersede every other interest. Remember, Saraki later shifted his alliance to the then opposition party PDP. There were many questions on the lips of many Nigerians. Does Saraki know what he was really doing? Knowing fully well that the APC was the ruling party and the power of incumbent has not left the scene, others think maybe Saraki was making plans for a new Nigeria. His action backfired. We all know where it landed him. To many Nigerians, Saraki's action is unconnected to his betrayal of APC faithfuls. We all know how he emerged as the Speaker of the House, or the Speaker of the House, or the Senate President. This singular act alone was a slap to all APC faithfuls. Saraki made himself an enemy to those he walked into power back in 2015. Another way to think of Saraki's decamp to the opposition party was his own personal ambition. Many thought Saraki wanted a presidential ticket for himself and had released or realized that his personal ambition could not be achieved if he remained with the APC. Saraki later adduced his own reason to his decamp to the opposition, saying, "I left the APC because of incidents and inability of the president to steer the ship as was agreed. Buhari lacks the capacity to make any change." And that was what Saraki said then. I myself do not disagree with those reasons highlighting by Saraki. What I tend to not to understand was why Saraki did not tell many Nigerians that he wanted the presidential ticket too. That alone explains that singular act of his. I wanted to be president, but Buhari stood in his way. He wanted. Saraki made more revelations. According to him, Tinubu concurred to his assessments of Buhari but was adamant to leaving the supposed sinking ship because of his personal ambition, saying, "I will continue to support Buhari even if the man had to govern from the hospital stretcher." And that statement was credited to Tinubu. Tinubu to me is power drunk and as such is not qualified to be a president of Nigeria. This statement of his shows that his personal ambition matters above any other interest. He would rather stop at nothing at achieving his ambition. Jagaban, as far as I'm concerned, lack the merit, capacity, morality to discuss the topic called corruption today. SKC Ugbona, a chieftain of the ruling party and presidential aspirant in 2019 general election, said that Comrade Adams Oshomole's emergence as APC chairman cannot be divorced from the alleged overbearing of Bola Ahmed Tinubu. Tinubu is not aware that his naked godfatherism is open to many Nigerians. His do-or-die approach to solving problem is no longer needed in the Nigerian corridor of power. It is high time Tinubu retire to his mansion and rest. Though this ambition seems to remain in the cloud, actions being taken by those around Jagaban seem to suggest that what is being rumored about is indeed true. The National Coordinator Nigeria Unity Forum, an umbrella body of Tinubu Not Negotiable 2023, Mr. Mutiu Okonla, in an interview with Mudiaga Affair, made their plan known. Ahead of 2023 election, different groups, including yours, have started canvassing for a presidential aspirant. Do you think it is too early? That was a question put to him. And he answered, saying many people are misunderstanding our movement for a campaign, but this is Nigeria Forum, Unity Forum, which cuts across Nigeria. Other groups are campaigning for sectional leadership. They do not have national reach like us. We are trying to reform the system because we have identified some lacunas in the Nigerian constitution and the political class which we are trying to correct. I stand to correct Mr. Which you are trying to correct. I stand to correct Mr. Okonla. I do not understand what magic he thinks he can perform with his old-fashioned style of appealing to the masses. Mr. Okonla formed a group called Nigeria Unity Forum with a mandate that Tinubu must rule. What Mr. Okonla failed to understand here is that Mr. Tinubu does not have the political will to restructure Nigeria even if elected. He has failed to bring to limelight that Tinubu represents those political class he and his candidate want to correct. Mr. Okonla to me must apologize to Nigerians for thinking that all Nigerians can be fooled again. Another question put to him was that there's also an argument that if the South is to produce president in 2023, it should be given to the Southeast. And he said presently we have the North and South structure in terms of rotation. We can only start talking of regions when we have advanced in our democratic practice. So if it is North or South, you will have to place yourself in a vantage position that you can take charge. Yes, if the South is agitating for power, I must state that they are long overdue for it, but power is not served on a platter of gold. In honoring the principle of power rotation, we must follow the principle and the principle of democracy through. If the APC are our of settlement zones. It is tickets to a region where it does not relevance, where it does not have relevance. It may not work. Mr. Okonla got it wrong here again. Mr. Okonla should have styled his forum Yoruba Unity Forum for clarity, merely removing what gives his forum an affinity of what it is by disguising it as all including is another slap on the intelligence of many Nigerians, which calls for a national condemnation. Mr. Okonla failed from the onset. Mr. Okonla claimed to believe in rational rotational presidency between the North and the South, which is obviously unconstitutional, and on the other hand, he also claimed to believe in democracy. I challenge Mr. Okonla to defend democracy for the whole Nigerians to hear. He believes in rotational presidency. He believes that his beloved Jagaban must rule, but he does not believe that it is the Igbo's turn to lead Nigeria. What an irony. As a call to stop Tinubu ambition seems to be gathering momentum, Miyetti Allah leader stated clearly without mincing words that Tinubu should forget the ambition of becoming president if he is nursing alone, nursing one. His reason being that Tinubu is too old and does not enjoy the full support of all Yorubas. Tinubu seems to enjoy the full ambience of those around him, most especially those who are benefiting from his strange hold of Lagos State. What I did not understand is the reason why PDP APC shared a 50-50 vote in the just concluded election in Lagos State. Could it be that the lion slept while the enemies walked into his territory? If Tinubu is a smart politician as claimed, the handwriting on the wall must now be staring fully into his face. He must have realized that that single result shows that his irrelevance in politics and the North are behind that 50-50 result in his own territory. Tinubu should have realized that 50-50 is a weapon that must be used against him when the time comes. The former chairman of APC Lagos branch in one of his comic plays said, God has destined Tinubu to be Nigeria's president. 1 million bodejos can't stop him. His statement is more like a cry after pain. The Ohanese Youth Council OYC worldwide stance is not far from the feelings of many Nigerians. They do not want Tinubu in Aso Rock come 2023. Remember in 2015 and 2019 respectively, Tinubu utterances at election campaign grounds caused uproar. His statement instigated ethnic sentiments across the nation. The Igbos were immensely affected. We saw several Igbo-owned shops looted as a result of his utterances. I still have to my collection a video of Senator Remi Tinubu accusing the Igbo rave of being untrustworthy. In concluding, my take on this is that the Igbos should present a credible candidate who enjoys popular support to represent them come 2023. If winning is not achievable, the Igbos must then go into alliance with the North. A win for the North will be a better political score settled with both southern asses who seem to neglect the real enemy. It should be better for the Igbos to enter into a marriage union with the North who seem to appreciate it than dance with the Yorubas who think that they are smarter in terms of politicking. Well, guys, that is the opinion of this particular person that wrote this article, and like I said, and the article is coming from Castro Khan. Of course, what this person has written, this article or whatever he has written, it's not even different from the Tinubu is accusing. Like I said before, anybody is free to vie for anything, whether you are popular, you are not popular. At the end of the day, you will see your results. That is what I believe. With this kind of mindset that is already in the country, no, honestly speaking, we are going nowhere. We are going nowhere. This particular person is talking of the Igbos align you with the Hausa, which we know the relationship among all of them. They are just playing to the gallery. Honestly, like I always say, and I'll continue to say, the foundation of this country is faulty. With this kind of people having this mindset, they are not better than each other. All of them, whether PDP, APC, whether the new one, but the political setting is just nothing at all. With this kind of mindset, the Nigeria is not going anywhere. That is just it. Take it or you leave it. I wouldn't want to say much. So guys, let us hear your opinion. Leave your comments below in the comments.